EFL Semi-Finals round 1. Yes, and I'm here to give you the match preview of this very competitive game of football between Arsenal and Newcastle. I'll also talk about the predicted lineup, I'll talk about the predicted score, and I'll also talk about the general anticipation or expectations of Arsenal fans worldwide. Anyway, I have never done a match preview scared like I am scared today, because we are from a point where we have dropped the momentum, and especially after having played with Brighton and got a draw of 1-1. And the other thing that scares me as you're going to play with Newcastle is the fact that we were beaten with Newcastle on the Premier League 1-0, and even last season they still were able to beat us, you understand? So as you're going to play with them, another thing that would scare me is the fact that right now they are very on form. They are very good, they play very well, they are winning their matches, and a couple of matches that they've played before, they have actually won the matches. Another thing that would scare me is the fact that we are facing so many injuries at the moment, and especially on that attack that we have as Arsenal up front. We were playing with Brighton, and Nwaneri, who was very brilliant and even scored that only goal that Arsenal scored, got a muscle injury. And you know very well, when you get muscle injuries, they can actually lead into this what is known as, famously known as hamstrings. And you remember the same case from what was happening with Bukayo Saka a couple of matches, and now it led to that. So this is a very big scare. And for goodness sake, this season we've undergone a lot and lots of injuries, and they've really affected the way we are playing or the form that we have on match in, match out. So as you're going to play with Newcastle, it's very scary. But anyway, I'm still hopeful that we're going to go and give them the competition, because they are coming to the Emirates Stadium. And I know as they will come there, we'll give them the competition that is needed, and I know we are going to win this game. Anyway, having looked at that then, the last couple of matches that we have played with Newcastle as it is, they beat us the last time we played with them. They beat us 1-0 on the Premier League. And then of course we had beaten them February of last year, 2024. We had beaten them 4-1. But remember, they had beaten us 1-0, that is 2023, I think, yes, 2023, yes, or on last season. Now, as you're going to play with them, this is going to be very interesting, because this is a game that is going to be played home and away. So first league is being played at the Emirates Stadium. The next one, you're going to go to Newcastle to go and play with them there. And basically, this is that game where you just need to win, and win convincingly with a good number of goals. You do not need a draw, especially as you're playing with them at the Emirates Stadium. We must win this game, so that by the time we are getting into the second league on their pitch, we go there, and even if we get a draw, it doesn't matter. What matters is at home, let's make sure that we are winning, because we've been good on away. We've had a very good away form. But as much as we have had it, this is a cup competition, and on a cup competition, anything is possible, and you can expect any whatsoever type of result. So we must win convincingly at the Emirates Stadium, and then even if we go there and get, even if it's a draw, that would be okay for us. Anyway, having looked at that, then I just want to take a look at a couple of issues that we have at the moment at Arsenal, the injury status. We've got an additional player on the injury list, and this is Ethan Nwaneri, who is gonna be playing latest or earliest is gonna be playing is gonna be mid of January. So had you thought that we had a problem on that left wing, sorry, on that right wing after losing Saka, then clearly the problem has escalated. Ethan Nwaneri, who played very well on that game, is going to be missing on this game. We also have got Havertz, who is still ill, and is doubtful whether he's going to play. It's very doubtful. Not certain whether he's going to be chosen on this fixture. Now, Ben White still injured. We're going to expect him maybe late of this month, January. Saka, you know, almost the entire of the season. Sterling until maybe end of January or mid-January there. And then of course we've got Tomiyasu mid-January. So our squad is still shallow and shaky. We still do not have good depth in terms of the squad. I would say yes, on the midfield we are looking on the midfield and on the defense we are looking okay, but on the attack, that's where the problem begins. Anyway, having I've looked at the injuries problems that we have and the list how it is looking like, I'm gonna try and predict the lineup that Mikel Arteta should use against Newcastle on this first leg of the EFL semi-finals. On the goalkeeper, I would have wanted him to play the youngster, but on this one, because this is a game that is like almost a Premier League game, because Newcastle are good, let him play with David Raya. Our two usual centre backs, that is Mehales and of course Saliba. Left back, I want him to play with Skelly, who has been very brilliant. Right back, let him play with Timber. And then on the midfield, he can play Thomas Partey there on the midfield. Why am I saying we have to play with Thomas Partey there and go strong on the midfield? Because we want momentum. We want momentum. After this game, we are going to meet with Man United, so we want momentum. After winning this game, is going to boost our morale as we go to the next game. And then, of course, at number 8, he plays with Declan Rice. At number 10, let him play with Odegaard, because Odegaard rested, so he needs to play on this game. At number 11, then, let him begin with Trossard. Trossard to begin at number 11. And then at number 9, Jesus. And then, of course, at number 7, let him play with Martinelli, because as it is, we do not have Nwaneri. Havertz is still doubtful whether he's going to play because he has been unwell. So I think that would be my predicted lineup. And as you can tell, I am struggling to even put people on these numbers. Ordinarily, because it is a EFL Cup match, we would have done a lot and lots of squad rotation. But as it is, our our team is so shallow in terms of depth, so that's why we have to play these players that are present. Again, it begs the question, Mikel Arteta, you must sign players this January, and especially on that attack. Clearly, you can see. I don't think Mikel Arteta does not understand that we do not have players. I think he understands, unless he just decides to be stubborn and not buy. But clearly we have a problem, and especially on the attack. It's clear. It's written all over. Everybody knows. Ask anybody right now what is the problem that is ailing Arsenal. They're going to tell you our attack is not as good enough. Now, having I've looked at that, then my prediction on this game is going to be a narrow win of 2-0 or 2-1 in favor of Arsenal. That is my prediction, and especially bearing in mind how Newcastle can really be stubborn. That is my prediction. In favor of Arsenal, 2-1. Now, or 2-0. Now, expectations that we have as Arsenal fans, expectation number 1, even before we go to this game, is that Mikel Arteta, our boss, the Kronkes, you must sign players, and especially this January. Please provide money for the coach to bring in players. As you can see, our squad is not as ready at the moment because of the injuries that we are facing. We need to bring players. Number 2, we really hope as we are going to play with the Newcastle, again we will not experience another instance of these injuries. Because look, Nwaneri, additionally to that list of injuries, I don't know what is this cast that is working on us at the moment that has really, really hit us with a couple of our players being injured. So it's very, very, very scary, especially to us as Arsenal fans. Expectation number 3 is that we win this game, and after winning, so that we can have good momentum as we go to play with Man United on the FA, as we go to play on the next game on the English Premier League. Expectation number 3 is that we have a good margin after winning this game, so that when we go and play the second round, we will be having an advantage over Newcastle, so that we can go to the finals. Simple. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I really hope that this game, and this is my biggest expectation, that officials of this match, they need to be fair. They don't play like what they did to us on the weekend against Brighton. a very controversial penalty that was given there to Saliba, having had a head clash with a Brighton player. I am still worried about these decisions that these referees are making against Arsenal, and so many instances on that game. So I hope there's gonna be very fair officiating on this match. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that has been my match preview. Newcastle versus Arsenal on the first leg, which is gonna be played on the Emirates Stadium. What are your thoughts about my predicted lineup? What are your thoughts about my predicted score on this game? Or what else do you think that I should have added on this video? Talk to me on the comment section there so that we can keep the conversation going. Anyway, remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe to this video. Salute!